Did Buckingham Palace or Prince William set a trap for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and were they gullible enough to fall into it?
Again, I have to be careful what I say, but that I won't be able to show, my children my homeland.
I believe that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet need to be stripped and removed from the line of succession.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle find themselves completely frozen out of the monarchy's most private sanctuary this summer. They triggered the ultimate punishment for broken trust.
As pressure grows on the UK Parliament, King Charles and Prince William to take action on all the wayward royals. Meghan views those two children as commercial assets, which is gross and awful.
Years of publicly suing the UK government, leaking internal assessments, and demanding taxpayer-funded armed security have finally caught up with the Sussexes, trapping them in America while working royals enjoy the August 2026 Balmoral retreat without them.
One bill, and it would deal with Meghan and Harry, but also critically, P. Dinah, it would deal with Archie and Lily too.
Meghan needs content.
It's really quite sad.
Engineering their own exile from the inner workings of the monarchy required a stunning collision between deep-seated entitlement and cold reality. Crossed lines and shattered protocols define this entire saga.
Let's not forget the Oprah performance.
Oh, yeah.
What?
They
What?
did what? These people?
What?
There's a conversation with you
with Harry,
about how dark your baby is going to be?
potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Ooh, how dark your baby was going
It was
to be?
ridiculous.
I think the palace and the machinery of the monarchy needs to take Harry and Meghan more seriously and make sure that Harry and Meghan's antics don't impact the future of the crown.
They fundamentally misunderstood the basic rules of public duty. Now, as King Charles III and Queen Camilla head to the Scottish Highlands, the devastating consequences of those past actions finally take center stage for the whole world to see.
Apparently, King Charles is not going to make a detour to go to Montecito, and it's unlikely that Harry will go and join him, because what will then happen, he will dominate the headline. Meghan Markle are set to be left out in the cold, lots of people are saying, and basically because they are no longer working royals. That's the main sort of reason they're not going to be.
Spanning 50,000 acres across Aberdeenshire, Scotland, Balmoral Castle represents far more than a simple holiday home. Prince Albert originally purchased the massive estate for Queen Victoria in 1852, establishing the beating heart of the monarchy's private existence. Generations of royals have used this exact location as a fortress of solitude, escaping the relentless public gaze that tracks their every move throughout the rest of the year. This history explains the gravity of their August 2026 exclusion. September 8th, 2022, marks the exact day Queen Elizabeth II passed away on the estate she intentionally chose for her final hours. During her entire 70-year reign, she treasured Balmoral above anywhere else on earth. The beloved monarch maintained a strict annual tradition of retreating to Scotland for August and September to completely escape the exhausting formalities of London. Those 2 months provided deep personal peace. King Charles shares this deep generational reverence for the property. Addressing the Scottish Parliament in September 2024, the monarch left no room for doubt about his feelings. He explained that Scotland holds a uniquely special place in his family's heart, specifically highlighting how much his late mother treasured her time at Balmoral during those final days. Leaving the suffocating rules of public life at the gates allows the monarch to completely drop the royal bubble. Hosting famous informal barbecues brought the late Queen immense joy. Visiting prime ministers like Margaret Thatcher and Tony Blair often experienced total shock upon discovering the most famous woman in the world clearing her own plates and washing dishes without any staff in sight. Humility, tradition, and quiet family bonding defined the estate. Meghan Markle reportedly despised those exact concepts of humility and tradition from her very first days in the royal fold. Her clash with the institution's customs began immediately. Tom Quinn's book, Yes Ma'am, quotes a palace insider who explained that the Duchess viewed the protective hierarchy as entirely unnecessary, often telling people the family behaved like babies over seemingly pointless rules. Disdain for the established order quickly manifested in highly visible ways, particularly regarding the famous purse protocol. Royal women traditionally hold clutch purses with both hands to establish a subtle, graceful boundary that prevents unwanted handshakes. But here's the thing. Meghan ignored this polite distance completely. She opted instead to grip Harry's hand at every opportunity, prioritizing personal branding and public affection over the historical customs of the ancient institution she had just married into. Friction extended far beyond handbags, crashing directly into centuries-old traditions. Meghan holds strong anti-blood sports views and famously refuses to wear fur, which meant she pressured Prince Harry into skipping historical events like the Boxing Day pheasant shoot and the annual Balmoral grouse hunts throughout 2018 and 2019. Forcing these personal ethics onto the monarchy heightened early tensions and started a rapidly widening rift. Demanding that historical practices bend to her preferences proved she completely lacked the willingness to adapt. Those early culture clashes directly paved the way for their dramatic exit in early 2020, when the Sussexes finally stepped down as working royals. What nobody expected was their furious reaction to the natural consequences of that departure. A deeply hostile response that ultimately destroyed their relationship with the king. The damage became permanent. Quitting a job means losing corporate perks, and walking away from the monarchy requires surrendering taxpayer-funded benefits. The math is simple. On February 28, 2020, the UK Home Office Committee, known as RAVEC, made an entirely lawful decision to revoke their automatic armed protection, noting the couple's choice to move abroad and pursue commercial ventures. Downgrading them to a case-by-case security model perfectly matched their new status as private citizens living overseas. More than $539,000, or roughly £403,000. That is the astonishing amount the Royal Canadian Mounted Police spent providing security for Harry and Meghan during their brief stint in North America before officially stepping back. Data released by the RCMP in 2026 revealed this staggering cost, proving their presence created an unsustainable burden on taxpayers in both countries. Prince Harry absolutely refused to accept this financial reality. Despite possessing massive commercial wealth perfectly capable of funding private security, the Duke chose to launch a relentless public and legal campaign against the UK Home Office instead. Suing his own father's government became his primary focus. Weaponizing the courts against the state forms the true crux of the current deep freeze. Palace officials view his deliberate decision to sue the government, air public grievances, and leak internal security assessments as an absolutely unforgivable breach of royal discretion. No one accused him of a physical crime. Instead, engaging in this relentless legal warfare constituted a devastating breach of trust that permanently eroded any remaining faith the king held for his youngest son. Court arguments highlighted the massive chasm separating Harry's perspective from actual reality. The prince claimed his birthright saddles him with an innate threat level that justifies continuous armed protection regardless of his working status, framing a trip to the UK as a literal matter of life or death for his family. Arguing this exact point, his lawyer Shahid Fatima stood before the court and stated her client faced unjustified and inferior treatment. Government officials countered with simple, undeniable logic. Choosing to live abroad as a private citizen immediately disqualifies Prince Harry from demanding a blank check of taxpayer resources, because the United Kingdom absolutely refuses to operate as a personalized concierge service for non-working royals expecting armed police on a whim. Judges consistently agreed with the government. May 23, 2023, brought his first major loss when the High Court officially established that wealthy individuals cannot simply buy armed police officers like private bodyguards. Another crushing blow arrived in February 2024, when Judge Sir Peter Lane ruled the security downgrade entirely lawful and justified. Refusing to accept defeat, the Duke appealed the decision only to lose that major challenge against the government on May 2, 2025. Repeated judicial defeats completely failed to deter his efforts. Entering August 2026, he continues aggressively lobbying the newly appointed UK Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, constantly demanding a brand new risk assessment. Flatly rejecting his 2025 court loss guarantees the continuation of the exact obsessive, litigious behavior the monarchy views as an unforgivable breach of family trust. And this is where the relentless pursuit of litigation exposes the couple to genuine financial ruin. £34.5 million represents the astronomical legal bill Associated Newspapers recently generated in a completely separate UK privacy lawsuit. By July 2026, Harry and his co-claimants suddenly face exposure to a massive shortfall in those exact costs. The bill has arrived. Endless lawsuits finally caught up with them, delivering a stark dose of reality to a public utterly exhausted by their perpetual complaints, proving you cannot endlessly sue the press and the government without colliding with catastrophic financial consequences. All of this historical friction culminates in the pivotal events of this current summer. Familial fractures sat on full display back in September 2022 during Queen Elizabeth II's passing at Balmoral. Harry flew to Scotland completely alone on that fateful day, surrounded by heavy tension and widespread reports clarifying that Meghan lacked any invitation to the monarch's deathbed. That message rang loud and clear back then. The inner sanctum permanently closes its doors to anyone seeking to dismantle it from the outside. Jumping forward to July 2026, the couple embarked on a brief, highly secretive visit to the UK with Archie and Lilibet. No open arms or grand royal receptions greeted them upon arrival. Seeking shelter far removed from current royal properties, the family stayed at Princess Diana's ancestral home of Althorp House. During this specific trip, palace officials granted them a heavily controlled meeting with King Charles at Highgrove House. Granting the audience required incredibly strict rules rather than offering a warm, spontaneous family reunion. The king absolutely banned Harry from discussing any ongoing legal battles against the press or the government, firmly refusing to entertain his son's obsession with lawsuits, while simultaneously mandating the physical presence of his long unseen grandchildren. Highgrove's restricted environment perfectly illustrates their severely diminished standing. Distant relatives require stringent management to prevent further leaks, proving they no longer operate as trusted insiders. Tabloids optimistically predicted the king might offer a summer invitation to Balmoral, but royal insiders immediately crushed that fantasy. Prince William reportedly stands as an immovable wall protecting the monarchy's dignity, vehemently rejecting any form of reconciliation after absorbing years of highly publicized, deeply personal attacks from his own brother. What actually sealed their fate was Harry's own stubborn persistence. Constant lobbying of the Home Secretary, flatly rejecting the 2025 court loss, and waging continuous legal warfare against the government, cemented the ultimate family decision to freeze them out entirely. August 2026 paints a remarkably clear picture. King Charles, Queen Camilla, Prince William, and the rest of the working royals have officially departed for their Balmoral retreat. Those family members get to walk the same 50,000 acres Queen Elizabeth cherished, host private barbecues, and deeply enjoy the exclusive privileges of the institution they serve. Over in Montecito, California, the Sussexes sit entirely absent from the guest list. Complete exclusion leaves them stranded thousands of miles away overseas while the working royals relax in the Scottish Highlands. Meghan Markle called the rules pointless and accused the family of behaving like babies, which ironically resulted in her permanent removal from their presence. Prince Harry assumed his royal birthright automatically guaranteed a lifetime of taxpayer-funded armed guards, regardless of his personal choices, only to face repeated, crushing defeats in the UK court system. Trading 50,000 historic acres and the protective embrace of the British monarchy earned them a life defined by endless litigation, public grievances, and massive legal bills. This August 2026 exclusion represents the undeniable consequence of those exact choices. Treating royal protocol with contempt and prioritizing public warfare over familial trust carefully built the very exile they now endure. Thousands of miles away, completely frozen out of the most sacred summer sanctuary, they can only sit and watch as the institution moves on entirely without them.